Hello, everyone. It's a Monday night recap from November 1st, 2021, even though we're really early in the morning on Tuesday, November 2nd. We're going to talk hockey very briefly first, and then we're going to have an extensive discussion about the Monday night football game and some things I want to talk about in the NFL algorithm from this week. So, first of all, hockey went 1-2 today. I looked over this, and a lot of this actually makes sense, even though it didn't do all that well. First of all, our pick of the day, Ottawa loses in spectacular fashion. Chicago gets their first win of the year now, so now they've won 10% of their games overall. If we remove that score, and this is kind of one of these things I want to talk about, is that when you remove the score, then you don't have that game included in the formula here for the streak of the team. And you can see Chicago had 0. But once you put that back in there, now you see that. Go back. Now you see that it looks a little better for Chicago. And Ottawa's not a good team. They were playing worse anyway. And so for them to run in and, end up losing a game to Chicago kind of makes sense given that Chicago didn't win. So bad pick, bad assessment of the algorithm on from my standpoint when I talked about this game in the video I got up right before they were starting. This 27% margin is not enough. Remember, we want margins that are above 30 or above 40, really, is a good margin above 40%. We had weaker games to choose from. Washington doesn't put up enough goals, and Vanacek, not being as good a goalie as Vasilevsky, kind of made some sense here also, and to be careful of this game. And that margin at only 15% makes sense, although they had the strongest power of any team. But clearly this game with this 22% margin is a much better game. Off the wall, Hockey John recommended this game. He's correct. This thing actually, was 5-2, not 4-2. So we got the score exactly right on that game. But as you can see, hockey is choppy. Hockey is really, really difficult, and you got to spend a lot of time paying attention to goaltenders and stuff. So that's why I'm glad I just did it before the end of the day. I didn't bet anything on it. I just watched. I bet fantasy and lost my shirt. I had guys on Ottawa to score goals, and they didn't. And Caps guys, and they didn't put enough goals on the Caps. So I got smoked in fantasy. I used this for fantasy and lost. So that's a losing day. Now, let's talk about football, though. Football, all right. We thought the Giants were going to cover against the Chiefs, yet we thought the Chiefs were going to win the game. I know that this is 2017. It's not 2017. It's 30-24 was the actual projection that we had. It actually ended up being 2017. Now, the reason why I had 2017 here is, get this. This is the magnifier, okay? The magnifier, think of the magnifier as the number of drives in the game that the teams go back and forth and have a potential at getting a touchdown. That's kind of the way you want to look at the magnifier, especially when we're this deep in the season. Early on in the season, the magnifier has to get adjusted to weird numbers because we don't have enough stats yet. But now we're like fully into the season, 8 weeks in. Almost halfway or more than halfway or what, I don't know, there's 17 games this year, so basically halfway. And the magnifier, I had just raised it from 5 to 5.5 essentially to get the scores this week. Now, when there are interceptions and turnovers and stuff in the game and it stops drives that should have been scoring drives, which I believe some of that happened, especially I think Mahomes, there was like at least 3 interceptions I think in this game. That lowers the magnifier. And guess what happens when you bring the magnifier down to 3.75? Is this game ends up being 2017, right? If you bring the magnifier down to 4 like you were guessing, and didn't want to put it exactly, you end up with 22-18. You'd end up with, essentially a perfect way to bet this game, both hitting the under but you got to predict the interceptions, and I set the whole thing for the week like this, so you do miss the over there, but you get a win, and the Giants cover. The Giants almost won this game. It was kind of, whatever, the algorithm did its job essentially. It just predicted too many points, but the drives got stopped. So I just want to talk about the magnifier in this game, talk about just how incredible this week really was. Forget Thursday night, because let me say, Thursday night games suck. And they're tough to predict because they're weird on Thursday night. It's a short week. So if you just forget about it, plus you don't bet the whole week on Thursday, so you always have the big Sunday when you can put all the round robins together. So you look at this, it's 10-4 by projected score, and 9-5 of these teams cover the spread, and And Tennessee wins. Oh, Derrick Henry out probably for the rest of the year. Oh my God. Let me tell you what that is going to do to this team. That is destruction. I mean, you want to see like what projections would if you get Derrick Henry, I'll be able to spell eventually here. DER, right? Derrick Henry's got to be in here, right? There he is. If you remove him from this, and then you have to go back into the current cube, and we need to reset the projections. When you do that and you refresh, the game that was right here being Indianapolis winning 24-23, which they lost, ends up being Indianapolis winning, look at this, Indianapolis winning by a full touchdown because Derrick Henry can't run his way back into this and win the game for them. Devastating loss for Tennessee and loss for the NFL. The guy is superhuman, and let's fix him up like we do with surgery, and hopefully he can come back. But he's such just a massive man that like you're when you're Andre the Giant, like things start to go. It's just sad. So other than that, I mean, there's some pretty. Let's see, what do we do with point projections? Yeah, we put Derrick Henry back in there, but he's not in there anymore. So anyway, so I'll be working on this. See, people want this. Let's give the injury report a couple days. I just don't. I got other stuff going on. I want to worry about editing this file like crazy until. Give me till like Wednesday or something. I'll do it Wednesday night actually, and talk about the Thursday game. And then anyone who has paid me and wants me to spend extra time on this to get an earlier copy, send me money and I'll probably do it. You'll guilt me into doing it. Like, all right, that's how this works. So anyway, just amazing week, and the algorithm finishes off strong because when you're winning. Yeah, when you're winning games like this, man, oh man. Let's bring that game back down here. 24-20. Anyway, all right. Well, that's the update for Monday. There will be I don't know when the hockey games are tomorrow, but I'll do a preview for hockey because there's nothing else going on. And also, everyone is asking me about NBA and college basketball. When does the college basketball season start? Let's ask Google. Let's see what Google has to say about this. When does the college basketball season, Division I, start?
Cancel.
Are you kidding me? Are you guys canceling the season? No, they didn't do that. Google doesn't know what the hell Google's talking about. I'm pretty sure there's a college basketball season. And that should be happening later this month. I'm doing a schedule just to make sure they haven't canceled the season here. No, Tuesday, November 9th, Mount St. Mary's is playing Villanova. I don't think the whole season's canceled. I think they're playing games. So that's actually a little more than a week away. It's a week away from today, if that's when it actually starts. So I will get that going because that's an automatic one. And then I'll turn that into the NBA algorithm. I'm just not gung-ho on starting it because I got other stuff that I don't even watch basketball. So I'll watch college basketball, but I don't watch NBA. But I will do it because you guys are asking. So anyway, we're out for now. I will be back tomorrow with hockey.